We're live, and welcome everyone to our discussions once again. Welcome to Success is a Journey on this beautiful sunny day. Like
Yes.
unlike yesterday, that was heaps of snow everywhere. So you're welcome, everyone. My name is Femi. For the people that are new, and I'm the face of this page, abifem.com. And with me today is RNS, and I will give it all for RNL to introduce herself, and then we'll get the ball rolling.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Happy President's Day, actually, here in the United States. It's a holiday here. So, yeah, but I am still working, showing up also in my business, right? So, for those of you who doesn't know me, welcome to my personal page as it's being streamed, also my personal page. And my name is Aranette. I am a mom of two beautiful kids, working full time in a financial industry crimes, and also running this digital business part time. So, again, I just really want to take a moment of gratitude, guys, to appreciate you for all your engagement and for your support. To our 1 million viewers that is watching right now, watching the replay, watching live, welcome.
Yeah, today is a public holiday in the US. So I was told by one of my friends. He said, but it's not for workers, right? It's only for kids, you know. And today is also a public holiday in Canada as well. Today is Family Day.
Oh, nice. Happy Family
Yeah,
Day, Femi. Yeah.
yeah. Today is Family Day. Today is Family Day. So yeah. So without much ado, uh, Arnett, you have been running this business successfully for quite some years now, and I don't know what happened. The light just went. Sorry, let me open my blind. It was so sunny, so I couldn't leave it open, and then everything just went dark. Right? Okay. Sorry about that. So you have been running this online business successfully for quite some years now, and you have
Mm-hmm.
actually had some great success. And I know that some of our viewers may want to know how you have been able to attain this speed of success in your business. So, what would you say has contributed towards your success in this business?
Oh, wow. There's so many things, Femi, that really contributed my success on this business. And actually, guys, I have been running this business for almost 5 years now. So I'm turning 5 years this March of 2026, 2025. My goodness. And I'm really, really grateful. And I have learned so much about myself. I have learned so much about the business itself. And one thing that I really want to share with you guys, that success doesn't come from luck. Yeah, it's a result. One thing that really changed my life is the mindset, the consistency, and taking inspired actions every single day, Femi. Even though
Yeah,
there's some challenges that I am facing, I never let that challenges really control of what I really really want. Because I know what goal that I want to achieve 5 years from now and 10 years from now, and of course I've faced many obstacles along my journey, just like anyone else, just like you too, Femi. But what
mm,
made the difference was how I handled them differently. So again, as I mentioned earlier, it's all about the mindset, consistency, and the focus on my goals every day and taking inspired actions. Yeah.
yeah. Mindset, consistency.
Mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I mean, like there's something you said about success not coming by luck, right? Some other people will say it doesn't come by accident, right? Sorry, just give me a minute. I think I'm gonna have to do something about this light. You see, it just
You're
keeps
doing good
changing.
though.
Ah,
You're doing
okay.
good.
Because
Yeah.
it just keep, like it just keep the sunlight just keeps sometimes it goes off and then it overshadows. I'm sorry about that. So so like there was somewhere I saw this, and it says success does not go to those that wish or that wait for it. Like you can't just be waiting for success and expect it to happen, right? Just like some people, I think it's something that you can compare to what you said, that it's not a share. I'm like, it's not based on luck. You can't just be waiting for it and hoping for it. Say success actually gravitates towards those people that go out for it. So
Mm-hmm.
that means that there has to be some kind of you have to be intentional about seeking, about having success. So I mean, like you said that two things that you have said that kind of like identified what led to your success. One of them is your consistency, and then the other one is changing of your mindset. So how would you say a change in your mindset has really? What kind of mindset? I mean, what kind of mindset shift are we looking at here?
Well, I have that positive attitude, positive mental attitude, and I can do mindset. Like I don't procrastinate. Whatever, I have a standard. I have a standard that I set for myself. Like instead of procrastination, I actually that I can do attitude, right?
Yeah.
And always really um, about the energy that you are putting towards the work, especially like everything starts with how you
Mm.
think. When
Yeah.
I first started this business, I had so many doubts. Just like, for example, will this business work for me? Or
Mm.
can I really do this? Those are the question that is coming in my head multiple times when I started this business. But after after meeting my mentor, I hired a mentor to really teach me how to change my belief, right?
Mm.
And I quickly, after studying his principles, after studying his materials, that's where I quickly realized that my results depend on my mindset, Femi.
Mm. Yeah.
Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, I focus on what could go right. Example,
Yeah.
like there are moments when I felt stuck or discouraged, actually, but instead of me quitting, I surrounded myself with successful people, listened to numerous mentors like my mentor Bob Proctor, and constantly reminding myself that if they can do it, I can do it too. So, what
Mm.
lesson I've learned from that by surrounding myself to these incredible, successful people is you actually attract what you believe. So if you really want to be successful in life, you have to surround yourself with people who are hungry for success. And
Mm.
if you believe in your success, you will always find a way to make it. And that's basically what I did. I literally squeeze myself and really offer help to those people who are really successful than me. And because that's the only way, you have to be intentional, or you have to be consciously aware what you're putting towards what you're thinking, right? And I basically uh, what my mentor is telling me to do, I always say yes, 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 because they are the only one who knows my blind spot. Because even though
Mm.
I would say like I know myself better, or maybe myself, Fabi, as we've been talking numerous times, but I don't think you see my blind spot. And now that I've been constantly communicating with my mentors, studying with them every single day, and they're getting to know me better, and then that's where they saw my blind spot, like, oh, okay, Arnett, this is the one that you need to working on. And then they check
Mm.
in with me all the time if I am still procrastinating, I am or I have that can do positive attitude. So
Mm.
that's basically it all started. Yeah. Yeah.
But like that it's very difficult for you to identify your blind spot by yourself. It's
Yes.
just like just like when you're in the cars where you need something, to be able to help you, look at your blind spots, and so
Hmm.
sometimes, right, like you actually have those blind spots spots. But then we don't recognize them as blind spots most of the times, except maybe when we are told. And we could be told by several people. We could be told by, and most times we are told by people that are, that are interested in us. Maybe your spouse, maybe a mentor, somebody that is interested in your growth, that is looking out for you. And I mean, at the same time, as the person is looking out for you, right? The person is trying to make sure that whatever it is that is not right, he or she is able to point it out to you and then maybe
Mm-hmm.
guide you also through how to get those things done right. And I'm like you gave some very good nuggets, that I can't forgive. Sorry, I can't forget. First of all, okay, I had said earlier on that like you have to be intentional, right, based on what you said about your mindset. Then you said something. You said that you surround yourself by the people that know more than yourself. So like there's something about surrounding yourself by people. Like somebody said, who was the person? I can't remember who said it, but somebody said once. I'm trying to remember who the person is, and he says that like you can't surround yourself by people that you know better than. Otherwise, you can't grow because
Mm-hmm.
they don't really have much to offer you, and they are taken from you, which is not bad. But then you too, you need some kind of nutrition, right? Towards your own growth in life. So it's always very good to surround yourself by people, but like this mindset of a thing, right? It's a very big issue. I know that a lot of people always talk about mindset, shift in mindset. People always talk about, how to change your mindset, but it's not as easy as it seems, right?
It's
You know,
not. It's
because,
not
because
easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
because your mindset is, like your mindset has to do with a lot of things, vis-a-vis your beliefs. The
Mm-hmm.
things that is around you, that your system has already, accepted as maybe this is the way
Mm-hmm.
things should be. You know,
That's right. Yeah.
like, and coming out from that environment, or coming out from a system where things have been done differently from the way you want to go now, may not be very easy, because each time you try to do otherwise, there's always, there's always this tendency that you just want to fall back into where you are coming from and the way things have been doing. So, like, I want to understand, I want to imagine that, to have a mindset change as well, it has to be something that is deliberate. What are the things that you did in order to make that mindset change?
My mindset shift. Oh my goodness. There's so many things like my.
Mm. I know
I
you.
didn't even.
I know you a little bit. I
Yeah.
can't say I know you so much, but like at least I've known you now for about 5 years, and I
Yeah.
knew that I said this last time on our show, that when you were 20, you were 24, 26, you were 24 when you left the Philippines to come to the US.
24. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, like, you were a young lady, but then you had drives, right? I mean, like, you had this big drive. You were hungry for change in your life. That was part of mindset, right? Isn't it? That's
Yes.
okay. I can't just remain in this situation. I need to have a change, and this change has to happen, and whatever it takes you. So that means that, like, mindset shift has been in your, it has been in your focus for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I just took that from you. I mean, can you please just go ahead and tell us how you change your mindset? Yeah.
Oh, well, the thing is, when I decided to hire a mentor and really help me to shift my belief, right? Because I have a lot of limiting belief that is really holding me back. And those are the programming that we borrowed from our ancestors, from the TV, from whatever it
Mm.
is, from a friend, stuff like that. That really is stopping us from growing. And then, Bob Proctor really put us in a certain container. What does that mean? That really, really, you have to be very, very honest with yourself,
With
right?
yourself.
Yeah, and you have to really deep dive within. You have to. It's not like outside. You have to really self evaluate what are those limiting beliefs that is stopping you. And
mm,
that's where I learn how to shift my self image into a winner's image, and the only way for me to constantly to change that, because it's not an overnight, it's not like success is overnight too. No,
mm,
there's no such thing as like that, especially if you are trying to get rid all this limiting belief. Like for me, like I've written a lot of, almost probably 160 limiting belief that I have, because they made us right because the more you write it down, the more it comes up and comes up. I'm not good enough. I'm very insecure. All this limiting belief that I have been reading, and we burn that. We burn that really, and then we write the opposite one. So every
mm,
day, constantly, you have to really. That's where the consistency is coming from. That's
mm,
where the auto suggestion is coming from. That you have to really constantly reminding yourself that this is not who I am,
mm.
and then every time that the old self comes to play, that's something that whispers in your mind, Lena, you cannot do this, I don't think you will be able to do this, stuff like that. And I just write it down, and I just like shred it or burn it or flash it. That's what I do. But again, it's just like one belief that I had to work on in 90 days. And then, and in that, let's say procrastination, right? Is the limiting belief that I have in that past. Like whatever that thought mind that comes to play, and I'll do it right away. I don't even wait until the next day. I have to do it now. It's all about the now. It's all about the now. And then because again, you are reprogramming yourself again, like once you postpone it and postpone it and postpone it.
Mm.
And I did that for 90 days. Every limiting belief I do train myself to practice the opposite one in 90 days, because according from Bob Proctor or other research there, it takes 90 days to reprogram your mind if you are trying to uh, to how is that, to change your
If I
belief,
try to make a change,
stuff like
you know,
that.
it will take years. Break away
Yeah,
from a habit. Probably will take that
yeah,
long for you
your
to do
habit.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's basically what I did. There's a lot of studying. There's a lot. Was it easy? No, because I can still hear those whispers, those paradigms, that
Mm,
is like telling me like I don't think you can do this. But for me, because of my awareness, this is very interesting of me, because I expand my awareness. So it totally like once the something that whisper, I heard something, my old self is talking, and then I just stop that immediately. I don't even put my energy towards that, and like, okay, thank you for visiting me, but that's not the one that I need. So again, it's studying who you truly are, why I am doing this, and then remember who is really the truth, Arna, right? And that's it all started, and that's where I changed me. That's why I don't recognize myself 5 years ago, because it's totally different now. Yeah.
not a different person. Like something you said again, you said like when an idea comes to mind, you don't want to procrastinate, right? So you just go ahead and do it immediately. But how about this? You know, there are times, right, when you are doing some other things that are very important, an idea comes to mind. You know, you
For
can't leave
me,
what you're doing. You can't leave what you're
yeah,
doing at that point in time. So what do you do at that point in time?
I write it down. I have a really brown notebook. Every day I always write what are my thoughts. Like from the
Yeah.
beginning, I wake up, I always write it down. You know why I did that? This is an exercise. It's all about, strengthening your mental toughness, and also
Mm,
self-evaluating yourself, right? Like what are those programming that it's coming over and over and again, and then maybe this is the one that I need to change. That's why I write everything what is coming in my mind. I have a notebook over here, and then at the end of the night, I review those thoughts, those ideas that
mm,
comes in my mind, and then is this something that's really related towards my goal, or this is the limiting belief? If it's But trust me, Femi, uh most of those thoughts actually, once you really study yourself within
mm.
the 20 hour, oh no, the when you are awake, and then you recognize the common thoughts or ideas that's coming in your mind every single day, and most of them are repetitive.
Yeah.
Remember, we're always thinking 60 to 80,000 thoughts in one day. But for me,
Mm,
that's the reason why I write them down, because if I don't write those stuff to me, I forget about it. and I don't even know, maybe this is the one that really answers the questions from the previous one, from last week or from last month that I've been seeking. So for me, like I write everything down, whatever ideas that comes to play. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like we also know that there's some people that write down,
Mm-hmm.
but they probably don't go back to look at what they've written down.
Yeah, because they are
You know,
letting that, again, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of training that you have to do. For me, like when my mentor mentioned, like it's easy to do it, but it's hard to be consistent.
yeah,
And
exactly.
then again, that's why he did mention you have to alarm yourself every 3 hours and self-evaluate what are your thinking or whatever, and I do that. And then later on, and then I procrastinate from the beginning because again, like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of the call, and then I have to self-evaluate myself once my alarm comes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so those are moments, but again, you will never see change if you don't have that self-discipline, uh, you know, uh, that comes to play. So you have to really do it. So whatever my mentor is telling me, I do it, and then I will, if it's working for me, and then I continuously doing it. But yet they said you have to do this in 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was this thing you shared with me that I just want to roll, to scroll on the bottom now. You said, where is it now? Yeah, you said the winner's image, writing causes thinking, thinking creates images, images control feelings, feelings cause actions, and action creates results. So, I mean, like you cannot live one, you cannot achieve one in the absence of the other.
Mm-hmm.
Each one
That's
must
right.
come after the other. So like I was like you said that when idea comes to mind, you write it down, you know.
Yeah.
But when you write it down, when you go back to revisit it, it brings thoughts to mind. And that thoughts brings about images. But like one of the ways where that chain can be broken is after it is written down, if you never go back to look at it, as it does
Yeah.
happen to some people. To most of us, it happens to most of us. There are times I've written things down that I never go back. And then I just remember that, man, I need to go back to these things. Then I go back to them. And then, of course, when you think about them and they create and then they create those images, right? Then the images brings about the feelings. That's the emotional part of it, right? That's making you realize, because once you're able to conceptualize, once you're able to visualize it, right, then you're able to start thinking, okay, so this is possible. And then you see yourself beginning to channel energies, towards it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know,
You said
I
it,
mean, like
Femi.
that's where your focus, right? Whatever you focus on, whatever you put your mind towards, your energy goes towards it, right? And so when your
Yes.
energy goes towards it, you see that you take action. And taking action is not just by writing that I want to do this, or you start it, but then you commit yourself to it. You commit your resources. You commit time. You commit effort. Sometimes it may require you committing finances to it, and then you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in your case, I was going to ask you a question. I said, like, within our business community, we do have mentors, but you did not even stop at that because you want an extraordinary result for yourself. You went outside the mentorship or the mentoring that you are getting from the business. You went to actually hire a mentor to mentor you. I mean, that's a height of of really wanting something bad, and giving to it what it takes. You put in your time, you put in your resource, you put in your money into it. And of course, it's not just the money and time, because like your mentor will give you some assignments, like you were talking about doing something for 90 days. So that's adding to, out of the 24 hours that you have in a day, that's not even enough. I mean, I'm like, you have to do some other stuff as well. I mean, that's quite impressive anyway. And I'm so glad to have you here today for you to be able to share that with us. So now, let me ask you, okay, so you have seen success in your business. What are the things that you do to ensure that this success does not slip away from your hands? and to ensure that you're able to harness this success and be better, and make better or greater success with it.
Well, you have to keep that consistent. Consistency is the key in self-discipline, Femi. And then it's always study, study, study. That's what I do every single day. You mentioned earlier, like there's so much things that I do in one day. And again, it's all
Mm.
about the time management, right? It's about how you execute your day, right? For me, like I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that is something, the price that I have to be willing to pay. And you must be willing to pay the price if you're really hungry to live that
For change.
extraordinary life. Yeah,
Mm.
and that is the sacrifice that I do. And then I limit, I don't watch TV anymore, I don't watch Netflix anymore, I don't go out more often, because I'm trying to grounding myself, because I've spent so much time taking care of my mindset, and then later on, simple little things like that temptation, it just you go back down to zero, right? So that is something that I am so
Mm.
consciously aware of, so yeah, the consistency is the key, and self-discipline and study is the one that I have been implementing. And it's so important to have that morning routine, Femi. That's the reason why I always tell myself, like, today is a great day, because how you started your morning or your day,
You
right?
start your
You
day.
always
Mm.
end your day right, right? So again, why consistency is the key? Because success isn't built by overnight, as I mentioned earlier, Femi.
It's a journey.
It's it's the result of showing up every single day, even though you don't want to. But again, that drive, that laser focus towards achieving that goal that you want, you gotta go for it. So again, that really reminds me of when I started running my business, and I made a commitment uh, to to post every single day, 3 times every day, sometimes four, both on my business page and my and on my personal page. Some days I didn't. Just kind of like some days that I have those moments. But again, successful people do what others don't do, right?
Yeah.
And that's the lesson that I really want to share, because like like if you don't want success in your life, you just like sit down in the couch and just watch people or watch the TV all day. But for me, like, if you really want to be successful, and even though you don't want to call someone, just like cold calling, you do it
Mm.
anyway because that's a part
You
of
do it
your.
anyway, right?
Yeah, you do it anyway. Even though you don't want it, you do it anyway, because that's a part of your growing. So, yeah, so that's basically that I really want to share. But most importantly, routine is like having that morning routine and nightly routine is the big part of my day, Femi, because we already have this amazing automation business. So the only way for me
Mm.
to keep my energy, because everything is energy, is to,
I mean, I
is
just have
to
to keep going, right? Like I find out. I mean, I found that I found out that my best days are those days where besides my waking up and having the right attitude towards the day and expecting to attract, like the best things in my day, and then like speaking to myself and making declaration affirmations, and ensuring that uh, I have a beautiful or a good day. You know,
Mm,
I found out that when I actually go, whether I go to my own personal gym in the house to use the treadmill, or I go to the gym, to the public gym, whichever way, I discovered that whenever like I put in those physical strengths, like those kind of routine, when I come back, I'm very much productive, much more productive
yeah.
than when I just wake up and I'm like, just let the day go by. So I mean, like, thank you very much, Aranet. Is there anything that you would like to say to our audience?
Yeah, so my only advice to final thoughts, for the audience is just like, really, if you're really hungry for success, if you're really in it to win it, you will always find a way. But sometimes people always tend to to let the outside circumstances in control of them. Like, I don't think I can do this. It's all about, I don't think I can afford this, or maybe I'll wait until I talk to my husband. But again, like, why do you have to let those circumstances in control of you? You have to make a decision of what you really, really want, and then you will always find a way to do that. And that's basically what I did. Of course, I'm very skeptical. I'm like you also, Femi, but I didn't really let that make a decision for me, because, like, okay, should I uh because the thing is, I'm so sick and tired of being in sick and tired before, and then I don't want to see myself like working until 65, and then if this is something that truly changed my life for the next 10 years, and I'll go all in, and that's basically what I did. So if you are watching this live, or if you are watching this video, guys, you gotta see it for yourself and do your due diligence, because again, even though we are sharing the blessing of this business, if you are not taking actions, you're gonna stay where you at again next year. Yeah.
Well, like you said, like you are skeptical sometimes. I'm skeptical too. Skepticism, I think is it's a gift from God. I mean, but then it now depends on how do you manage your skepticism well or not. It's another issue, because I mean, skepticism is a way of us trying to protect ourselves. Do you
Yep.
understand? But then we don't let it control us. We are still in charge. The antenna is raised that, okay, I mean, I have to open my eyes wide to be sure that I don't fall into a trap, right? But then I don't just say, okay, because like my antenna is raised, I just let go of everything. I throw everything away. No, my antennas are raised. Yes. So as my antennas are raised, I look at whatever it is that I see as an opportunity, and do my due diligence to be sure that it's not a trap that I'm going to fall into. So that's the difference between, allowing your skepticism to guide you, while you are in control, rather than you letting the skepticism being the one that's taking control of you, and actually controlling what you do and what you're able to achieve in life. I'd like to say a big thank you to Aranet for today, but let me just make a quick recap here. One of the things that Aranet has said here today is that success does not come by accident. It's not a share of, it doesn't come by sheer luck. It does not come to those that wait for it. It only goes to those people that go seeking it. And then and then in the course of your trying to to have success, right, you have to ensure, first of all, that you are determined to have that success, right? You have to be willing to have a change in your mindset, and then you have to be consistent as well. There's several other things that we can share that we can talk about here, but time will not permit us, because there's so many things, like, like what happens when, I mean, like when it looks like things are not working out for you, and then there we'll be talking about, okay, why am I even into this to start with? Because if you know the reason why you are into starting whatever it is that you are in, when you have challenges, then you know that you have enough strength, or that strength, that energy will come in order for you to be able to pursue it. But that and several other attitudes, of a successful person, like grit, like like um, like resilience, and all those things. Those are some of the things that we share maybe in our next meeting. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Aranet for being here with me today, and I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that's watching us, and the people that have been watching a replay. I want to say a big thank you to you. Without you, we
Thank you.
probably make this possible. Thank you very much. God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Yeah.